the oldest question in human history. It is not about who we are. It is not about where we come from. But where is God? Why is he never seen? Why must we believe in something we cannot touch? We breathe oxygen every single moment, but have you ever seen it? We know pain exists, but where is its shape? We believe in the existence of the jinn, but can these eyes capture them? Ironic, isn't it? We question a God who is invisible, while our lives are filled with invisible things that we trust completely. But the problem isn't his invisibility. The problem is how we imagine God. Since ancient times, humans have tried to depict God. Some imagined God as a giant human sitting on a throne of clouds. Some depicted him as a mighty king who needs sleep and food. Some made statues, others painted faces. Even in this modern age, when asked, "What is God like?" many immediately imagine a figure. Something strong, something big, something resembling a creation. And this is where our fundamental mistake lies. Think about the smartphone in your hand. It's sophisticated, right? It can connect millions of people in an instant. But the question is simple. Does the maker of the smartphone have a touchscreen on his face? Does Steve Jobs have a battery in his chest? Do the engineers at the Samsung factory have chipsets in their brains? Of course not. Because the creator is not the same as the creation. This is the most basic logic. And this is what we often forget when talking about God. Let us forget all the images for a moment, forget all imaginations, and let us use our common sense. If God truly exists, logically, he must possess certain attributes. Not because we decide them, but because simply, that is how it must be. First, God must be the beginning. There is nothing before him. This is not a choice. This is a logical necessity. If God were created, it would mean there is someone who created him. And the one who created God would be the true God. If God were born, it would mean there is someone who gave birth to him. And that contradicts the very meaning of God. God cannot be appointed by humans. He cannot be nominated in a general election. He cannot be chosen because he is popular. He existed before everything existed. Allah says in the Quran, "He is the first and the last, the ascendant and the intimate, and he is, of all things, knowing." Quran Surah Al-Hadid, verse 3. Second, God must be one. It is impossible for him to be many. Imagine if there were 2 gods, or 3, or 10. What would happen when they had a difference of opinion? Who wins when one wants the sun to rise from the east, while the other wants it from the west? Who holds power over this earth when they fight for control? The universe operates with precise laws. Gravity, orbits, seasons, life cycles, everything is orderly. This order is only possible if there is one command, one will, one God. Allah asserts, "Had there been within them, i.e. the heavens and earth, gods besides Allah, they both would have been ruined." Quran Surah Al-Anbiya, verse 22. Third, God is not the same as his creation. This is the point most often forgotten. We often imagine God through the lens of understanding ourselves. Yet the creator cannot possibly be the same as his creation. You create a beautiful painting. Does that painting have hands like you? You write a poem. Does that poem breathe like you? So how can we imagine God like a human? Allah states very firmly, "There is nothing like unto him, and he is the hearing, the seeing." Quran Surah Ash-Shura, verse 11. Fourth, God does not need rest. If God needed sleep, who would take care of this universe while he slept? If God needed a break, who would keep your heart beating at night? Who would ensure the earth keeps spinning? There is no pause in this system of creation. There is no offline mode in the universe. Therefore, God never tires. Allah declares clearly, Allah, there is no deity except him, the ever-living, the self-sustaining. Neither drowsiness overtakes him nor sleep. Quran Surah. Al-Baqarah, verse 255, Ayat al-Kursi. Fifth, God is eternal. He does not die. He does not end. If God could die, who would take care of all his creations afterward? Would we hold an election to choose a replacement God? Would there be a competition to find a new God? It sounds absurd, doesn't it? Because it is absurd. God is the source of all life. How could the source of life itself die? Allah affirms, everything will be destroyed except his face. Quran Surah Al-Qasas, verse 88. The Quran has summarized all of this in one short, perfect surah. A surah that, if you understand it, you will know who the true God is. Say, He is Allah, who is one, Allah, the eternal refuge. He neither begets nor is born, nor is there to him any equivalent. Quran Surah Al-Ikhlas, verses 1 to 4.